morning. Welcome back.
Hey there.
Hey, Bon, have you been doing much cooking
I
since you've
have.
been home?
I have
Yeah, a little bit here, a little bit there. Maybe tried some new recipes.
tried to burn down the house. Yeah.
No, tried not to burn down the house.
Yeah. Well, both.
So here's what's really cool. Mother's Day is this weekend, everyone. I know it's easy to forget with all of the chaos, but hopefully you're prepared.
Well, if you're not prepared, Chef Brian West has you covered for Mother's Day, and he's gonna hook you up with an incredible dish.
Hi, this is Chef Brian West with West Wednesday. Mother's Day is right around the corner and we're all still kind of keeping that quarantine thing going, so I thought it'd be fun to do something for my wife and my family and have brunch. Usually for brunch I like to make at least one kind of pastry. I thought some Ghirardelli chocolate glazed donuts would be amazing. I've got some basic recipes here. I've got some nice warm milk. I've actually got some lard here. You could use Crisco or something like that. I just really like using lard a lot better. Now my milk is a little warm, so it's actually going to help that lard kind of dissolve into it a little bit, and that's an important step. I use instant yeast, so I'm just going to sprinkle that right over the warm milk and allow that to kind of bloom in. I'm going to go ahead and start up my mixer, and I'm going to dump all of the milk, yeast, and the lard. I've also got some sugar here. Very important to sweeten that dough. I've got a little salt. I've got some nutmeg. Now nutmeg's just going to kind of bring out that fried donut-y flavor to it. And then I'm going to crack one egg in there as a binder. I'm going to shut her down. And I'm adding half the flour. At this point I can go ahead and add the rest of my flour. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it in the proofer for a good hour. I'm going to allow this to kind of blow up and allow this to kind of all come together and the yeast to bloom up. So it's going to go down here in my proofer setting in my oven, which is perfectly fine. While that's going, I'm going to go ahead and get my chocolate, Ghirardelli chocolate glaze together. I've got over here some chocolate chips, Ghirardelli chocolate chips. I've got a little bit of corn syrup, and that's going to help it kind of not come back together again or get real thick. I've got a little bit of cream just to thin that out, some vanilla and some butter, and then I'm going to finish it off with some powdered sugar. And I'm actually using the wafers on this one. It's a little bit bigger style of chocolate. It's a little thicker. Now if I was just to melt these down and dip the donuts in, the actual chocolate itself wouldn't adhere to the donut for the long term. So I want to make sure I add these other ingredients to it to help that along. Bunch of butter. And a couple of shots of vanilla. Okay, so we've melted this down. It looks beautiful. It's got a lot of good flavor to it. I added those extra little elements to it. It's nice and soupy. But again, it's not very thick. It's very runny. So I need to thicken it up with some powdered sugar. Okay, so I pulled this out, and you can see this is really blown up. The yeast is actually activated. It's gotten stretchy. And I'm just going to dump this directly onto, well, I think that's going to be plenty. You can see the dough is very, still kind of sticky and wet, and that's okay. That's what you want. We're going to just kind of work this down. We've got these cool little ring molds that we're going to use. One for your classic round and then one for your donut hole. So I'm just going to pop one of these out. You're going to want to kind of get it a little floury. You're going to pop that out. You're welcome. Okay, so I've got my little donuts here, and I'm going to go ahead and cut out that classic hole in the middle. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put these on a sheet pan, and I'm going to put them back in the proofer for another 30 minutes or so, including the little holes. So I've just pulled them out of the proofer. You can see they've gotten really nice and fluffy. They're having that classic donut look to them. That flour's just cracked a little bit. And I'm gonna go ahead and dip these into the fry oil. I've got a nice little fryer here going. Golden brown and crunchy on the outside. And on the inside, nice and soft and spongy. Okay, so we have gotten to the point where we're ready to go ahead and start dipping our donuts. Yeah, you keep calling them doonies. I don't know why.
That's what they call it, doonies in short.
Where do they call us from? Or what country? France? So all you have to do is just lightly dip these in.
then you take it out.
And then you take it out.
And then I do
And it takes a little bit of practice, but that's a classic donut right there. Nice and crunchy, beautiful donuts that we dipped in the Ghirardelli chocolate glaze, which I'm super excited about. And I think we're gonna finish these up and we'll have these ready for Mother's Day. But that's gonna be it for us. Well, I'm Brian West.
And I'm Philip West.
And this is West Wednesday.
I'm daytime and Kimberly next one.
For more on Chef Brian West, you can call him or go online to chefbrianwest.com, or you can always follow him on Instagram at Chef Brian West SA.